Hello, Advanced Algebra students. Happy Sunday night. This is Miss Sleminski. I hope you were able to have a great weekend and find something fun and different to do in our new norm of the world. But I also hope you had some chances to get some studying in for our first summative test coming up. This video is to tell you about some changes that we made to the way we're going to give this assessment for your benefit. But I want to make sure you understand everything that's going on. The biggest change that you need to know is that you're actually going to be taking the test over Monday and Tuesday. What we did is we broke the test into 4 parts. You can see on my upcoming calendar here, you have part 1 and 2 of the Chapter 9 summative that you're going to do on Monday, and part 3 and part 4 Chapter 9 summative you're going to do on Tuesday. You are not allowed to finish the test on Monday. We won't open up 3 and 4 until Tuesday. Also, due to office hours ending at 9, we are not going to open the test until 9 a.m. So the test both days will be open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. A little different than normal. I'm not going to take attendance until 9 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday. That way you can choose any chunk of time throughout that day to make sure you give yourself the time to get it done. I had said in an email last week or in the updates that I was going to have office hours on Monday instead of Tuesday, my live office hours, and I'm going to stick to that because I want to make sure I'm available face-to-face before the test starts. So on Monday morning at 8 a.m., if you haven't figured out how to find office hours, go to the Distance Learning Office Hours folder, click on that. And right now, if you do it, you won't see anything because it's unpublished. You can see from my end. But I opened this up right at 8 a.m. And at 8 a.m. you can go there, click on it, and then you could join a Google chat or a Google Meet with me to ask any final questions you have. I have decided to keep Tuesday then as just email office hours. So my only live office hours during the test will be Monday morning. But if you have questions that you were studying for on Monday night after you took the first part of the test, for Tuesday you can email me those and I'll email you back. Okay, so that's the first thing. Most importantly, though, you need to know where to go, but it's no different than normal. You're going to go to our distance learning folder. And I opened these up already, but you won't be able to get in. Click on Monday, the 20th. And then you're going to see the 2 parts you're going to take. So you do need to know that once you start a part, there is a time limit. So I even put it in here. So when you have 15 minutes of uninterrupted time to do some math, you're going to click on part 1, conceptual questions. Then you'll go through and you'll have to complete that in 15 minutes. Part 2, you'll be focusing on solving systems of equations, and you'll have a 20-minute limit for that section. What you need to know is we were extremely generous with these time limits. I would say it's double time for maybe the average test taker, triple time for some. It is a very generous time limit. So you shouldn't be rushed. It's really there just to make sure that you're not like looking at it and then coming back to it 2 hours later. Okay, so take it part by part. You can do part 1, take a break, and then later that day go back and do part 2. But again, as soon as you start a section, you will only have that time limit to complete it. That's what you'll do on Monday. Complete both those things, and you're done for the day. Again, some of you, both parts will take 10 minutes. Some of you will take the full 35. But take your time. Just be very detail-oriented. Tuesday, you're going to do the same thing. You'll come back to the folder, Tuesday morning, 9 o'clock or later. Again, it'll open at 9 a.m. When you open it up, you could open it up now and it'll say it won't be available till the April 21st at 9 a.m. You'll see that part 3 has a time limit of 20 minutes. Part 4 has a time limit of 25. Again, those are very generous time limits. You should be more than fine to finish in that amount of time. So that's what you're doing Monday and Tuesday. No new learning, just taking those 4 sections of the test. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is that the way we're grading this is a little bit different. Because we're giving it in 4 parts, your grade book's going to look unique. What I want you to think about, so when you get your grade book, you're actually going to have 4 sections. Now, I'm not sure your Chapter 9 test could, in theory, come at the end. This, though, where it says Chapter 9 test, you're looking for that 100 points, that is the only part that is graded. Meaning it's the only part that's actually affecting your grade. Now, we did decide that it's going to show out of 100 points, like I always show, but it's going to have a 0.25 multiplier, which means that it's technically only worth 25 summative points, We understand that this is a very unique situation that we're in with this online information and learning and distance learning. So we don't want anything to absolutely hammer your grade, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we're holding you accountable to learn these concepts, because you will be responsible for them next year in your future math courses. Now, the bigger reason I wanted to show that is as you take each part, these are going to pop up in your grade book. Okay, so when you finish part 1, it's going to show you a score. Let's say I got a 15 out of 25. That's to show you how you did on that part, but that actually won't change your grade. If you look at your grade on the left-hand column, before you take part 1 and after, regardless of how you do, that should not change this percentage at all, because I actually put a factor of 0. Okay, same thing for all 4 of these. Okay, so let's say I got a 20, and let's say I got a full 25. What I'm going to put in this box right here is I'm just going to add those 4 boxes up. So each section is worth 1/4 of your total score. So 20, 40, 60, 80. Looks like I got 80 out of 100 points. Okay, so 80 out of 100 points, but again, it's got a factor of 0.25. So it won't impact my test or my grade as much as a regular full test would. Okay, so that's kind of how it's grading. I really wanted to explain this so you don't panic when you see it. When it comes to the retake only if this score is less than or equal to 75%. Okay, so it's only if your actual final grade is less than 75% that you would need to retake it. Okay? All right, so that's that. The last thing I just wanted to talk about really quickly, because I have been sending these updates and some questions I've been getting makes me wonder if people are getting it. If you could do me a favor, and every single morning when you wake up, go to the updates tab. If you don't get emails from me, I think there's a setting where some students are getting an alert saying Ms. Leminski had an update. This has been the way I've been communicating. Okay, so you can come in here and you can see that on Friday afternoon I had some requests from students, so I decided to go reopen the 3 quizzes you took so that you can view the quiz, the answers you submitted, and the correct answer. So you could still go back and do that tonight as you're studying. But just do a quick check here. I put actually a couple in there on Friday to see if I have posted any updates, or change your settings so you know when I do. Last but not least, I do want to just remind you that all of the information we've done so far is still in the distance learning folder, because you still have tonight, you could study tomorrow. Again, you just have to complete those 2 sections, which will take you at most 35 minutes by 9 p.m. And again, that's your attendance as well, but I won't take attendance Monday or Tuesday till after 9. So you can see you still have the notes packet there at the bottom of your distance learning folder, but you can go back into all 3 folders and find any information you need as you're studying. Okay, again, I hope you guys are doing well. I miss you very much. I wish I could be teaching you in person, and I just wish you the best of luck on the test. If anything's causing you problems or stressing you out, shoot me an email, and we'll see what we can do to help you out. Thanks so much, and have a great night, and good luck on your test.